Long gone are the days of waiting to be seen in a doctor's office only to have that awkward conversation with your healthcare provider. Wisp gives you access to sexual and reproductive healthcare from the comfort of your home. Get treatment for BV, yeast infections, UTIs, and much more delivered directly to your home or ready for pickup at your local pharmacy in less than 3 hours. The best part? Wisp is discreet, convenient, and you don't need medical insurance to receive care or prescription medication. Visit us today at hellowisp.com.
Oh, here we are for the last time. Me with my face covering the whole screen, and Robert just black. Why did it gotta be black? I don't know. Ask Robert. I just realized I didn't say what show this was, and if you've been listening for 11 episodes and didn't know, I feel really sorry for you. This is RulaskaThoughts for All Stars 10, episode 12, titled Tournament of All Stars, Smackdown for the Crown. And by the way, by Smackdown, they mean they smacked all the queens down to make sure that Ginger won. But for coming to us from West Hollywood, California, he's the one, he's the only, Mr. Roberto Mata. Hello, Robert.
Hey, Joe. I am feeling very half Irish today.
Why?
Oh God, I was hoping you'd get that.
Oh, because of Ginger.
Hullabaloo, or however it's pronounced. Okay. Yes.
I know why you're saying. By the way, I did this Joe Batance. I want you to know. I did this Joe Batance for the premium members. Mm-hmm. But for everyone. All paid members, they get to see it live. 27 people showed up.
Slay.
10 minutes later,
I think.
10 minutes later, Pavian says I didn't send a notification out about the live. That's what Patreon's supposed to do that. Why am I still talking about this? This is of interest to no one. But let me tell you what Pavian is talking about. Yeah, because there's only 3 people here. I think he's right. I don't think a notification. He just happened to go on the app. All right, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to cut this out of the show.
We also went live randomly at noon on Monday.
Everybody listening, we'll be back. All right, we're back, everybody. I sent the notification out. Robert, what's been going on with you? What have you been doing? You're half Irish. You're half Puerto Rican. That means you deserve the crown. That means Roxxxy's wrong. What's going on with you?
It sucks when another person makes a point that you want to make, but does so less eloquently and does so with a personal axe to grind rather than a somewhat abstract social justice axe to grind that is still personal, I guess. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I guess we're just jumping right into it. I think that Roxxxy has a point that it is certainly suspicious that every single time a Latina is in the top 2 or otherwise in contention for the crown, they are for some reason or another not the one who is chosen. I don't think we have to then look at the queens who won and then say that they were undeserving of their wins, which is where the argument fell apart for me, unfortunately.
So let's take apart what you're saying. So on a recent live at Roscoe's, Naisha Lopez, of course, chiming in like the Iago parrot that she is.
I wish. Iago's a lot of fun. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, you're right. And Roxxxy went in. Did she go in on Ginger, though, too, specifically?
I don't know, because I will confess I'm doing a very millennial thing, and I'm only speaking off the highlights and headlines and social media comments. I didn't watch the whole video.
Here's my thoughts on this, because this used to come up before, too, with Trixie, where Trixie would do something, and they would say, Trixie, the person of color, because she's part Native American. Right?
Or Violet's a Latino winner because she's like partially Ecuadorian.
Yeah. And it's one of these things, like, honestly, and I'm actually going to use your ex, Ethan, here as a good example.
He is a Latino.
He is Latino, but hold on for a second.
3/4, mind you.
White privilege is really a lot of times based, really, it's really sad and awful, but about how you speak and how you look.
And how the world perceives you and treats you.
So if you're white presenting as Ginger is, as Violet is. Even though Violet, you can tell there's some sort of flavor there. But Ginger is very white presenting. And Trixie, I don't care how fucking Native American she quote unquote is. She
said she isn't.
Oh, she did say she's not Native American.
Well, she is actually, she like blood-wise, but she says she doesn't really identify with that, and that's why she doesn't lead with it. I think that when people say that about her, I could be putting words in her mouth, but I think they might be making her uncomfortable.
Okay. But the point is, if that's just because the blood is there doesn't mean that that's how you're treated. Like, for instance, a good example I happen to know based on some would argue pseudoscience, but some sort of science, that I'm like over 50% Western European. Okay? On my DNA thing. It's like a mix of Italian, Spanish, and Portuguese is like almost, we're coming up on 60%. But that's not how I present, mama. Right? I have a fake fucking cactus on my forehead. Okay? And I am treated as such. And
I'm treated like everyone tries to give me their car keys like I'm the fucking valet at the restaurant.
That used to happen to me at the Magic Castle when I was young.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. You've been through it as well.
So
I'm followed around stores despite my clean-cut appearance.
If I wear a red shirt at Target, people are going to ask me if I work there.
I made that exact joke before.
So
to be fair, if anyone wears a red shirt at Target, I'm coming up to you and I'm asking you, where the fuck do you guys have salt and pepper up in this? It's
actually really worse. I'm not wearing a red shirt and they come up to me at Target and they ask me where things are.
A blue Walmart shirt?
Yeah. You could be saying, I don't work. No, you know what? My friend Jonathan got me a shirt for my birthday once that no longer fits me that says, I don't work here, because it used to happen to me so much. I have it.
Hilariously
right?
awful.
And so the point is, it depends on how you present is how you're treated. And Ginger presents as a white person, and therefore she is afforded the benefits of being white, no matter how Ecuadorian or no Puerto Rican she is. So I just want to say that. Go ahead.
Oh, no, I'm right with you. I just think that it is odd that so many people are now speaking up saying, oh, well, that we shouldn't pick a winner because there's no recent Latino in the winner circle. We shouldn't do affirmative action in that way. Why do your people deserve that kind of elevation? And I just think it sucks, considering I definitely am an advocate for all other types of marginalized people getting their representation. And I often feel that same energy is not returned to Latinos. And right now, all this discourse about Ginger's ethnicity sucks for Ginger, because I'm sure she's very uncomfortable by it. But it's a barrage of comments that just say, no one cares about you, no one cares about your ethnicity, no one cares about your racial makeup, and no one cares about your representation. Deal with your own shit on your own. And unfortunately for me, I'm just used to that. So I'll continue to be annoying and represent my people in the way that I can, annoyly. Unfortunately.
I'll say this because you're afraid to say this, and I don't know where it jives with what you just said. I
mentioned this on the podcast. I'm just being honest.
Well, hold on, and I speak for myself. But I've said it before, and I'll dwell on this a little bit more. We all know. Come on. Let's not be dumb here, especially after what we just saw. Monet was not going to be crowned a dual winner on All Stars 4. It was going to be Trinity the Tuck.
Okay, I've been actually waiting for a chance to talk to you about this, but continue.
Yes, okay. Robert, you saw how they Frankensteined that ending. That even Monet and Trinity were surprised.
Mm-hmm. I mean, who wasn't? Who wasn't? You know,
because and I'm not saying that they're wrong. I'm not saying they're wrong. They'd filmed it months before. George Floyd had not happened. All of the Black Lives Matter and all that stuff, which I think is very important and very valid and very worthy cause. It was filmed before. There was no way around it, right? And so, and yet the way the edit was showed that Trinity should be the winner. So then they had a Frankenstein, some sort of double win. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. You both win. Or winner, winner, two chicken dinners or something, what Rue said. And so in that case, they were sensitive about it. They can be sensitive to race when they need to be. But go ahead. What you said you want to talk to me about this.
Well, sort of. It was a couple weeks ago where you were running off of the All-Stars winners and why they seemingly were chosen. And you said, it's clear that you misspoke. So really, I'm not even going to give it more light right now. I understand that you misspoke at the time. So that issue is to the side. You said that George Floyd's death motivated Monet getting that tie, but that hadn't happened yet. And that was more of a context of the political climate during All-Stars 5 and season 12. That said, I still think the winner of All-Stars 5 and season 12 would have won regardless of what was happening in the world. But some people do like to detract from their victories in saying that. Regardless,
All-Star 5 and season 12.
That was Shay and Jada.
Oh, I don't think that I will go on the record. I don't think that
I'm not saying you.
Because,
yeah, I'm not accusing you of that.
Shay won. Shay's was rigged, but had nothing to do with any of the racial unrest.
Yeah,
it was
just
an
the
apology
era.
for All-Stars 9. Yeah, and I think Jada deserved to win.
Well, back to the Trinity and Monet of it all, there was definitely that moment where Naomi Smalls was asked, "What do you think you need to do to win All-Stars?" And she said, "Be white and blonde," and that definitely sent shockwaves throughout the fandom, myself included, because at the time, obviously I was wrong, but I was definitely really irked, particularly that Shangela didn't win All-Stars 3, because I felt I was wrong, but I felt that Trixie was representing something of white mediocrity that was getting rewarded over all these other people of color who were doing well. That's how I felt at the time. I've developed a somewhat more nuanced perspective of it now. But the point was that All-Stars was all blonde, white women who lived in Los Angeles. Very specific concept. Trinity was part of that, but the Monet and Trinity tie thing, it's even more interesting because supposedly the day of the crowning, Monet's solo win was the one that was leaked on Instagram with the crown and scepter. Like, they posted it early for some reason. As if Monet was the only one who was supposed to win. Which I think doesn't totally make sense, given the fact that this show loves to blow smoke up Trinity's ass like she's the funniest, best thing that's ever walked on the RuPaul's Drag Race stage. And I think she's okay, but she's not that good. It was all weird. At least they didn't do a top 2, final 2 here. For all of everyone's complaints about this finale, I do think they made the right choice.
About the All-Stars 10 finale?
Yes.
Again, I think I was trying to make... Wait, hold on. We have to take a break. I don't know. I can't believe we're actually talking about the show. But let's take a break. When we come back, we're going to actually continue to talk about this episode. We'll be back right after this.
This episode is brought to you by Greenlight. Get this. Adults with financial literacy skills have 82% more wealth than those who don't. From swimming lessons to piano classes, us parents invest in so many things to enrich our kids' lives. But are we investing in their future financial success? With Greenlight, you can teach your kids financial literacy skills like earning, saving, and investing. And this investment costs less than that after-school treat. Start prioritizing their financial education and future today with a risk-free trial at greenlight.com/Spotify. Greenlight.com/Spotify.
New Vitamin Water Zero Sugar Pineapple Passion Fruit is packed with vitamins. Just like the amount of peas we packed in that sentence. It's packed like your tote bag. The one you stole from your ex. Or your overpriced half-a-studio apartment. Or extra rushed rush hour traffic. Packed like your calendar. Triple booked at 5, of course. Grab a Vitamin Water. Did we mention it's packed with vitamins?
Amazon One Medical presents Painful Thoughts.
I've been on hold to make a doctor's appointment for 23 minutes now. The automated voice has told me 47 times that my call is very important to them. I'm starting to think that they don't think my call is important at all.
With Amazon One Medical 24/7 virtual care, you'll get help fast without having to remain on the line to make an appointment. Amazon One Medical. Healthcare just got less painful.
And we are back. I think you said that you were like that the right person won.
I think so.
I actually don't think. Well, I shouldn't say this. I think that there is a plurality of fans who believe Ginger, based on the season, should have won the title. I think what the argument is A, the way the challenges were set up for her in her bracket, and I think particularly people are really upset about the lip sync SmackDown for the Crown, where there's multiple instances. I don't know where you fall on this, on the individual lip syncs, that Ginger should not have won at least one of the lip syncs.
Sure.
So I think it's more not who won, but how they won. I know there's a bunch of people who think other people should have won. I'm not saying that they don't exist, but I'm just saying I think if you were to ask, they would say like right person, wrong way. I could be wrong. You know, luckily we're live. Maybe people are weighing in. But what do you think?
Well, to quote a moment that you like to quote, "Oh, you've already did this, girl. We've already did this, girl." I'm confused about how the fan base is so angry and lit up and furious about Ginger's win when I thought we all had come to the consensus several weeks ago that it was a foregone conclusion.
Yeah.
And therefore, like, the rage of that had more or less subsided. So now this episode airs and really it just came back in full force. And I guess I thought we resolved this. I thought we all made our peace with the fact that Ginger was winning the season no matter what. We've all sat through a number of Lollapaloozas that were ridiculously rigged, and I think we can definitely go back and forth about the merits of having this whole competition rely upon a successful lip sync battle that's ultimately very subjective and rigged to begin with. But all that said, I guess I'm just confused at all the outrage, because I thought we had this argument. I thought we had this disagreement. I thought we all threw our little tantrums about it and then just decided to like the show for what it was.
I think, you know, I'll tell you what it is, and I'm drawing this parallel right now, is I wanted to do a TikTok once about, and I think I've talked about this on the air somewhere before, where, you know, people who aren't necessarily religious and maybe even those who are atheists will come down on religious people for putting dogma over data. That they will stick to their dogmatic approaches to things despite data being overwhelmingly against it, you know. Let's say, for instance, people who believe the earth is only 5,000 years old or 6,000 years old or something, and what about dinosaurs? And they laugh.
Don't get me started on my dinosaurs.
Yeah. They'll laugh in the face of all this and blah 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 blah. And then I've thought about a couple of instances of non-religious, of secular ways that people hold dogma over data. One of them being, I can't remember which show I just talked about this on recently, but when Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis in an interview talked about how they don't bathe their kids until they can smell them, right? And people freaked the fuck out. How fucking disgusting that was. That's fucking gross. That's fucking terrible, horrible. Take the kids away from them. But what was quietly not mentioned was like one of those 4 out of 5 dermatologists, or maybe 5 out of 5 dermatologists, like, no, that's exactly what you should do. You know, that, you know, bathing too frequently is not good for your skin.
Who is the 10th dentist that doesn't recommend Crest toothpaste?
Exactly. Well, actually, I did read about this. What they don't tell you, not Crest, usually gum. It's like, you know, like Dentine or something like that, right?
Got it.
It's that 5th dentist is saying you shouldn't chew gum at all, right?
Oh, the more extreme version.
Yeah.
I see.
So anyway, it's the same thing here. And the parallel is that we are like, how could all these Trumpistas, these MAGA folks, you know, they ignore the ICE raids, they ignore this, they ignore that, they ignore all these things, the tariffs, the this, and then it's the fucking Epstein files are the thing that's making them turn against Trump.
Supposedly.
And I think it's, at least temporarily. And I think it's the same thing here, in that we all knew. Yes, you're right. We all been done you. I was proven wrong. I called it an All-Star 6 when I made a joke when we were doing Meet the Queens, where I said, I'm going to make my prediction now. Ginger Minj is the winner of All-Star 6. And because it seemed in the bag for her then. And I think it's not necessarily, again, to say this again, it's not the result. It's how they got there and how this finale in particular was offensive to it's like they think we're stupid. Because this one was so blatant, so obvious. You could make an argument for the sewing challenge, I suppose, because you could say diabetes carried her, You could make an argument for, the other one, like I said, if she would have just lost that one, I think people would have been fine. The argument would have been, they picked these challenges for her, okay? But at least she won them. But I think it's more like how brazen they were and how stupid they thought we were with She Always Chose Her Song. How the way that they cut the song, like everything. Let me just ask you straight up. Kerri versus Ginger, who won?
I do think Kerri won that, but I think a part of that is because I was surprisingly enjoying Kerri for maybe the first time since the beginning of season 14. She said, "Let's wake it up," and that cracked me the fuck up because I've been stimming on that a bit recently because it's so annoying.
I meant to ask you about that. You've been saying that in text messages and on shows and everything.
Girl, do you not watch the show that you review? Mistress kept saying it in the couple of episodes that she's there because she doesn't speak in anything but Twitter gay, like pithy little sound bites. So. And then she brought that into her Snatch Game character, and she again said, "Let's wake it up." And at that moment, I decided, "Let's wake it up" isn't just stupid nonsense. It's just actually funny as hell, and I'm going to start saying it all the time now. I'm probably going to get over it in a couple of days, but Kerri said it in her confessional when she walked back into the workroom, and I lived. And I thought she performed the disease pretty well, honestly. I didn't know she had that in her. And Ginger just performed a regular standard Ginger number with no tricks, not that she needs tricks, but nothing new.
Like I told you on the, like I said on the show, I didn't tell you, I told Taylor. I think the most egregious one was Bosco versus Daya.
You thought it was egregious? I thought you were giving Daya her flowers, but realizing that Bosco still won.
Well, I don't know because I didn't see enough of Daya. I didn't see enough.
Just go to Hot Topic. Probably buying a spiked bracelet as we speak.
Yeah. So my point was, like, they were just so showing Bosco only and shoulders up of Daya. That's all we saw. I didn't even know we saw her arms. And I'm not even being funny. I truly, I'm going to go back and watch this, but I really do think that.
Well, good luck, because Bosco is such a fucking scene stealer that the camera knew where it had to be pointed. She did such a fantastic lip sync. But I also don't think it fit
the vibe of the song.
It was not necessary, I agree, and I'm not a big fan of that movie, though I have seen it a couple of times. But Bosco looked so fucking good, and all the fanography was fantastic. I would have given it to her. I certainly would have emptied out my wallet for her.
No matter the song? Like, if she went out there and she's doing the fanography to the Benny Hill theme song, you would have done it?
I think that would have been camp, and therefore I would have had to give it some money, yeah. If she did that to the SpongeBob SquarePants theme song, the first Pokemon theme song, now I'm just going off of 90s shit.
The point is, let me get to something I was thinking about this morning. I'm like, thank God I have another show to say this, because I didn't just thought about this. Forget the fans, because they're always going to come back. This is so insulting. It's like, you're so fucking stupid. You're still going to watch our show no matter what we do. Okay?
Oh, I thought you meant forget Bosco's fans. Forget the people.
The people.
God.
I think where they really fucked up, and we're not going to see it next season because I don't know where they were in the casting, where they are in the filming and all that. We're ramping up close to it, so who knows? But All Stars 12, how are they going to get anybody?
I think that people will be lining up for this format. It's low investment, possibly high reward.
Contestant, you mean?
Yeah.
Really? Despite the obvious, I mean, I guess they're in it, so they know that's always going to happen that way.
It's like 3 runway outfits, 3 lip sync outfits, maybe 1 or 2 mini challenges, maybe a ridiculous Laganja season 6 in out of drag ridiculous fashion look to be in the workroom in, and that's it. And then you just got to show your ass up for what, a week of filming. You don't miss any major bookings. I think it's honestly brilliant.
Wait, breaking news here. I don't know what this means, so tell me what this means. Lucy Carrasco, Lori's girlfriend, just wrote in here. Quick note for Robert. In my personal experience, the Mike and Ike available in the Midwest tend to come in larger quantities compared to other regions. What is she talking about?
Okay, well, once, I can't remember how many months ago, but I talked about how I identified shrinkflation before other people because I frequently buy Mike and Ike boxes, and they had a breakup. It was very gay, but Mike and Ike got back together, and I started to notice that their box size was smaller, even though it was still being sold for $1.29 at the grocery store. So I was like, what is the fuck up with this? And then, I figured it out easily, but...
When did you talk about this?
We were once talking about the shrinkflation of Drag Race, and then I made an aside joke about how I realized
and
it.
Mike and Ike got back together despite the alarming fact that all of Ike's friends said he should not get back together with Mike.
I don't know whether or not the cake was eaten or what was happening, but the point was Mike and Ike got back together.
Did Mike meet Ike's sister and parents when they came to town?
Actually, if we're going off of that version of Mike and Ike, I think that Mike and Ike are having a lot of issues.
Okay. They are experiencing their own shrinkflation.
But I'm thinking about my Mike and Ike's, like that brief period of time when they had Alex's Lemonade stand Mike and Ike's, which were so fucking fantastic. And also, since I'm just talking about Mike and Ike's right now, the day that I went to the grocery store hoping to get a box of Zowers, and then I found out that they not only were not in stock, but also out of production nationwide, was a very sad day for me. But I'm still happy they still make Berry Blast.
Are you, and for people who don't know, I know that there's people have come up with mimics of this, but were you of the age where you were able to enjoy Altoid sours?
Yo, yeah. I think I was in middle school around that time, so it was
those were so
the party.
Fucking good. Yeah. And I don't know why they discontinued them.
Because they hate joy and love and happiness.
It's the Colbert Show of candies.
Well, Colbert's about to go make so much more money than he ever did.
Oh, no one should ever feel sorry
for plenty, you know.
Yeah. This thing happened when Conan lost his show. I'll be honest with you. And I'm a Conan O'Brien fan. I've been a Conan O'Brien fan since I was very young.
Yeah, he's very clever, very funny.
But when he lost the Tonight Show and he was crying and went into depression and had to go on a tour for 2 years and all this shit. And I was like, I knew that because I used to be a much bigger fan of late night where I'd read all the books about it and stuff like that. So I happened to know that he had a $40 million like golden parachute clause in his contract. And so I was not worried too badly for Conan. In fact, just to do a little quick Conan analysis, even then I was like, what we saw was a person, you probably know people like this, Robert, who he went to an Ivy, he went to Harvard. He was the first person ever, I don't know if it's happened since, to be the editor of the Crimson 2 years in a row. You know? Okay. I think it was only just 1 year. And then from there, he immediately wrote for SNL. And then he wrote for The Simpsons. And then he wrote the SNL, then The Simpsons. Then he gets his own late night talk show. And then he gets, I'm like, this is a person who had only heard yes, success his whole life. And one time he gets disappointment and he fucking crumbles. Thank you.
Well, he's also from a wealthy background. He's a fragile person. But he is a good guy, so But I always, and I've said this, I think from the very first year I started podcasting with you, celebrity worship makes no fucking sense to me. I don't understand why anyone expends any of their emotional energy feeling sorry for a celebrity or feeling happy for a celebrity or congratulating one. They don't fucking know you and you don't fucking know them. Yeah. But whatever. I guess I'm just a bitter person about that. It's just weird to me.
Back to the show. Did you have any other thoughts on the show?
There was this one moment that, so I, came a little bit around on Kerri Colby because of words that came out of her mouth this episode. And a very similar moment happened with Irene the Alien, where she said such a niche reference that I used to say, 8-9 years ago, but I haven't heard since. During the Ginger versus Kerri lip sync, she said, "It's hot in the club, girl." And that's a quote from Drag You from Mariah Balenciaga, and I haven't heard it in a million years. And I just love that Irene had that same level of nerdy interest in Drag Race that she was able to spit out a quote like that.
More than Lux Noir London?
Just because Lux Noir London did it a lot doesn't mean she's the only one who's watched this fucking show and all of its extra material,
Wait, I get the for some reason, non sequiturs are the norm today in the chat room. Kaylin, did you hear about Malcolm Jamal Warner? What happened to Malcolm Jamal Warner? For people who don't know, that was one of the children on the Cosby Show. And I want to know
that's a question
for
you, girl.
I want to know what happened with Malcolm. Now I got. Can you tell me what happened?
He died 2 hours ago at age Rob 54.
Oh my God, he drowned.
Accidental drowning is what I'm getting from the headlines. I don't know who he is, though. I didn't really watch that show, but I did watch the fuck out of That's So Raven.
You know what's so weird? Is he played Bill Cosby's only son on the Cosby Show. And people may not know this because other things have overshadowed, but Bill Cosby's son died in a freak car accident in Los Angeles when he was very young. In a car accident, I think he was changing his tire on the side of the road and a car hit him or something. Or he was hitchhiking. Something very weird. Not hitchhiking, but like his car was stranded and the car didn't see him and he hit him. And so...
like Jake Gyllenhaal's character in Brokeback Mountain.
Is that what happened? I know he was quote unquote killed, but like...
I mean, it's ambiguous.
Oh. But the fact now that Bill Cosby's TV son has passed away... Oh, was he murdered? Oh, thank you, SDC. Okay, never mind. Cosby's son was murdered.
Oh.
And so now Theo's dead. That's so crazy, man. So Raven. I wonder, do you think Raven was like, put her fingers to her temple and all of a sudden saw that this is going to happen?
If she did, she didn't try hard enough to keep it from happening.
She probably calling him. She probably like,
but that's the whole point of That's So Raven. She can never stop it from happening. Yeah. What a deep existential philosophy given for Disney Channel.
Okay. Any other thoughts on the episode?
It really did feel like Taylor said on the recap that they were just desperate to fill time in any which way that they could. I guess this is something of a complaint, but in the first 10 or so minutes, usually we'll get that, that Drag Race, like, rumbly, kind of dramatic, we're about to have a battle music that they often do before they cut to commercial. Mm-hmm. Usually we'd only have to deal with that once. I think this time they did it 4 or 5 times, restarting it over and over and over again so that every queen in turn can give their very, canned, I deserve to win the crown because I've been fighting all this time monologue. And it was a little painful. It was really bad editing. It was a really bad TV show making. I wasn't sure why they felt the need to do that and not intersperse it with a little bit more dialogue or something interesting. It was not the greatest. Yet again, we do not stick the landing on an all-star season.
I'm going to have to go to work pretty soon. So do you have any final thoughts on the season, on the episode, on everything?
I still like the season. I like the excitement of it. I like the eventness of it. I like the cast of characters who ended up showing up and all the shenanigans they got up to. I think I'll probably rewatch it at some point. It's not like All Stars 9 where I'm like, why would I ever do that again? But I'm not rushing to rewatch it anytime soon. But I liked it. I would rank it on the higher half of All-Star seasons overall.
It's so funny because I was just someone made a joke about That's Amore and Evan and all that in All Stars in season 10 and whatnot. And I go, you know what? I want to go back to listen to some of those episodes. I don't know why I don't. I never do.
Well, go on a long drive up north, girl. It gives you plenty of time.
All right, sounds good. All right, Robert, what do you got? Well, you know, I said this on the main show, but Robert and I are coming back very soon on Patreon as we discuss season 2, the very second season. Wait, I don't know what it would be. The second season of this show. Only the second season of this show.
More Nicole Page Brooks.
More Nicole Page Brooks. Well, one more episode, 2 more episodes.
I shan't spoil. There is a reunion, though.
Oh, there is a reunion. And it's going to be discussed Untucked, the entire show. It's coming very soon if you're on Patreon. It's not coming just quite yet to the public feed. Public feed will be getting, we're going to replay All-Stars, no, the season 17 and All-Stars 10, but the complete episodes will be coming out. That'll probably go through the end of the year. Plus a new show that I've yet to find a co-host for, nor have I looked. It's not a new show. It's an old show that's being brought back. And we're going to discuss that all right here on the show. So look forward to that in the next couple. I might take a week off. We'll see you guys
take
then.
some time, girl.